As here come the lights. Let's get ready to go racing in the B final. Who's going to get through in these top 4 places? It's green. We are go. Let's find out. As Zunch's got a great start there. He's already up into 2nd place, and he's going to look to head down the inside. Could this be the lead against Arroyo? But the Mexican trying to fight back around the outside, but it's all in vain as Zunch is through, and he's up 2 places from the 2nd row of the grid, and he's clearing off into the distance. Oleon and Olsen, he's had a great start too. He's already out 2 places into 4th as the run down to the Interlagos is happening right now. And there's people fighting positions, and that is Russell slossing it past Arroyo. He's up into 2nd, but he runs wide on the exit. And look who's behind him, it's twice Olsen trying to swarm and find his way through, but the track is blocked right now, and he has to settle back in behind Arroyo, and then back in behind Russell. He's trying to find the fastest route possible, but he's going to slot it up the inside of Arroyo, and then try and slot it up the inside of Russell. Can he make it stick? Can he get it done? As we're 3 wide on, there's an incident in the background there, a spinner, but there was still 3 wide on the exit. Rollinson one was caught up, I think Rogan about the other one. This is all happening down in the midfield here. Arroyo, he's losing places. And he's back up into 4th as he battles with Glamsetter, but there was a bit of contact there. Did they bang tyres, Sam?
I feel like they must have done at some point, doing avoid offline in every single corner right now. Glamsetter with a big mistake coming out of Jung Chao as well, and that will really give the opportunity to Cadence Presley to make up some time on these drivers. And so tough time there for Dorian Arroyo, who will be with his brother Jose in that 6th and 7th positions now, as Glamsetter doing everything he can to keep hold of that final advancing spot. Presley alongside, and Presley is going to be ahead. I think got the better line to Cadence and is up into 4th position. The American doing very well. So I'm sure then leading 1.4 seconds ahead of Olsen. Russell in that P3, he'll be delighted with how he's done so far, because these guys will just continue battling one another till the end of the race, I am sure. Likes of Rulinson and Roggenbach and Charney and Pop. Well, I think it was Charney, Pop and Rulinson who came together on lap 1, all with a lot of work to do.
They're still side by side, not wanting to lead each other alone are Presley and Glamsetter, but Dorian Arroyo is getting right into this fight, about to get elbows deep in it, trying to find a way through against these two who've been tripping up over one another.
As back comes Glamsetter.
It's a 3-way fight over 1 place left to get yourself into the final, as there's Glamsetter through. Can he make it stick though? Because unless he can hold it right around the outside now, Presley's going to have the inside line, but then he's going to have the outside line, and then if he can hold it now, he's going to have the inside line into the next 2 corners, and if he can make it stick there, he can hold that inside line all the way down through Yuncal, down to turn 1, but Glamsetter is going to have the more speed right around the outside. Can he make it work? And yes, he does, around the exit of Yuncal. And he's leaving to deal with Dorian Arroyo, who's now trying to find his way past and add insult to injury to Presley. Presley knows it, he defends to the inside, Royal moves across, he's going to put his slipstream up from Glamsetter, but can't make it count, who doesn't have the best of entries there, because I tell you what, Presley is straight back onto the attack as they come down the Ciudad del Lago. What is going to happen down the end? Because I tell you what, Sam, I get a feeling this is going to be incredibly close here.
Russell's really not that quick ahead of them. It is a bit confusing to figure out who is ahead of them because we've got some back markers. But there is Russell. We'll compare the lap times this time around, but Russell's 1.3 seconds slower on that last lap. And look at that, Glamsetter's gaining a significant amount of time per sector. I wonder if this slight break will make Glamsetter and Presley think, hang on, why are we fighting against one another here? Let's just both overtake Russell and both get into the B final. I feel like if they continue this pace, that's what's going to happen. I mean, that was not a bad lap for that for Russell in comparison to his others, and yet he lost a second.
We're about to see essentially a four-way fight over 2 places. Yes, please, is what I say to that one, Sam. This is Glamsetter, and this is around the outside of Philip Russell into turn 1. He backs out of it a bit, looks for the switchback, just trying to get the attention of Russell, just to force him into mistake here, but he's in the slipstream and Russell runs wide. And Olsen, so Glamsetter is going to have the inside line here, and I'll tell you what, Sam, he's already ahead, but he's still covering up. He's not fully convinced, and Russell trying to make a move right around the outside. He nearly loses it in the braking, but he just about keeps his nose in there, but it is not enough because that wiggle on the braking has cost him dearly, and Glamsetter is ahead, but he's not got the best of exit as Russell is fighting back right now, and that is Cadence. Presley's been brought right into this fight, and I think that's why Russell is fighting so hard, Sam, because he knows that, well, he's got Presley, who is desperate to get into that final, right behind him now.
Yeah, I mean, Russell, I think, is one of the smartest drivers out on the track, but I don't think that fight was worth doing. He was going to be overtaken by Glamsetter anyway, even if he did get back past at Interlagos, he would have been overtaken most likely at turn 1 the following lap anyway. So I think he just it cost them unnecessary amounts of time. And yep, there's Presley. He's going to try to pick up the scraps. Russell would be hugely disappointed if he doesn't get into the A final. It is surprising his lack of pace so far tonight, as Olsen and Zwemström bouncing out in front. This is for the final transition spot. However, Russell with a fantastic launch. Presley unable to do anything about it at the moment. Big lock up, but he carries very, very good speed. He is passed into turn 2, but Glamsetter with a much better exit, and it's Russell with the worst exit out of the trio. And I think Glamsetter, oh, what a change, he's going to give Presley a tow. Those two working together a little bit more, but then he changes his mind and just tries to make it competitive between the two of them. Presley, though, is up into P4, had the better line into Interlagos, and he is up into P4. And Russell, what a disappointing few laps from him to drop from so far ahead in P3 to behind both these drivers.
Three-way fight over 2 places in the final. Somebody is going to lose out. Who is it going to be? Well, right now it's not looking good for Philip Russell, but we've got a little bit of time left, 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Let's see who's going to come out on top. That battle out in front. Zemchet still in the lead, able to fend off Olsen. It's been a battle that has been absolutely enthralling over 3rd, 4th and 5th. 3. Incredibly close right now. And I tell you what, Presley still able to get that toe off of Glamsetter, but Russell is harrying, he is haranguing him, he is hassling him on the run across the start-finish line. And who's going to come out on top into turn 1? Well, Russell has got a lot of speed down the start-finish straight, and he looks to go right round the outside into turn 1 and through the centre S's. Can he keep his nose in there? He can't. There's a bit of a twitch from him, but he is all over the back of Presley. He's tucked up right behind his rear wing. Presley goes defensive. Russell dips back into the slipstream. Presley defensive to the inside of the track. Russell trying to go the long way round, right round the outside, but he locks up, and that ends the move. And Presley lives to fight another day again, Sam. This is close, and all this is going on. Glum says, saying thank you very much. I'm off, lads. You can fight over that place. I'm heading off into the distance and leaving you to it.
For P4, they're locking up on the outside. Is he able to squeeze ahead? I thought there was going to be netcode contact between the two of them. There wasn't. Presley leaving just enough room for his rival, and he is still in that advancing spot.
Sam's just still ahead of Olsen, but these two are going at it. Russell knows he's running out of time. White flag is in the air. This is the last lap. This is the last chance. And Russell has got to give it absolutely everything he has got now. He is all over the back of Presley. He's making the Americans' life incredibly uncomfortable right now as Presley, well, defends that inside once again. Russell has not looked too strong in this middle sector of the track. And Presley is running in deep. He's trying every defensive move in the textbook and trying to rewrite it and add some more while he is at it. and Russell does not have an answer, and he's running out of time. Olsen has backed away from Zwemstra. Those two just happy to try and make this through right now, and Russell has fallen back himself. Can Presley hold on? They come out of Junkel, and I think Russell is going to be that little bit too far back. He has had the better straight line of speed advantage, and he's closing, but it's not quick enough. I don't think he's going to get it. I think Presley's going to make this one. It's going to be close. Across the line, it's down to 2 attempts, but luckily the start-finish line comes up quick, and Presley is through. Wow, Sam, he gets it by a 1/10.5.
Well earned. Good work there from Presley. So open P9, remember, in that race. Had a lot of work to do.